NASA's Dream Chaser spaceplane is finally complete. Another American reusable spaceplane is complete and ready to be launched. Dream Chaser is an American reusable lifting body spaceplane being developed by Sierra Space. It was originally intended as a crewed vehicle, but the crewed Dream Chaser space system, which is planned to carry up to 7 people and cargo, is set to be produced after the Dream Chaser cargo system is operational. Remain connected as we take you through yet another reusable vehicle. Like and subscribe to our channel as the details on this unfold. The Dream Chaser space system is an originally planned human-rated version designed to carry about 7 people and cargo to orbital destinations. It was designed to be able to fly autonomously if needed and to have a built-in launch escape system. Unlike some other space systems, Dream Chaser could use any suitable launch vehicle, but was planned to be launched on a human-rated Atlas V N-12 rocket, and while returning from space can land on any airport runway that handles commercial air traffic. Due to common explosions of spacecraft on landing, the reaction control system thrusters of Dream Chaser burned ethanol-based fuel, which is not an explosively volatile material or toxic, thereby allowing the Dream Chaser to be handled immediately after landing. The Sierra Nevada Corporation did not for once give up on their plan of producing a crewed version of the spacecraft. According to the company, as of 2021, it's still committed to the crewed version, and work on it never stopped, and hopefully it would be launched after the cargo version. With $1.4 billion investment in Series A funding the company received, hopefully by 2025, a crewed version of Dream Chaser would be developed and fly astronauts. Along with Boeing's Starliner, Sierra Nevada Corporation's Dream Chaser was chosen as one of the commercial spacecraft to transport commercial crew to and from the space station. Orbital Reef, Blue Origin and Sierra Nevada Corporation's Sierra Space subsidiary for commercial space activities and space tourism, plan to release. As intended, this station would be a mixed-use business park. The cargo version of the SNC Dream Chaser, known as the Dream Chaser Cargo System, DCCS, will fly resupply flights to the ISS under NASA's Commercial Resupply Services 2, CRS-2 program when development is completed. It's designed to feature an expendable cargo module mounting solar panels and will be capable of returning 1,750 kilograms, 3,860 pounds to Earth while undergoing maximum reentry forces of 1.5 G. The cargo Dream Chaser will need some features that will enable it to meet CRS-2 guidelines. In order for it to be able to launch on any sufficiently capable vehicle, such as Ariane 5 as well as Atlas V, the cargo Dream Chaser will have folding wings and fit within a 5-meter diameter payload fairing. This is unlike the situation in the crewed Dream Chaser, which is intended to launch without a fairing. During launch, an expendable cargo module, also known as the Shooting Star, will launch attached to the back of the spacecraft, thereby expanding the cargo uplift capacity and supporting the disposal of up to 3,250 kilograms, 7,170 pounds of trash. Total planned uplift is 5,000 kilograms, 11,000 pounds pressurized, and 500 kilograms, 1,100 pounds unpressurized, with a downlift of 1,750 kilograms, 3,860 pounds contained within the spaceplane. Although all 6 Dream Chaser CRS-2 flights have been announced, even on August 14, 2019, would be carried into orbit by ULA's Vulcan launch vehicle, with the first Dream Chaser flight being the second Vulcan flight in late 2021. But the launch of even the first one has been delayed, and as of October 2023 is scheduled for April 2024. A third Dream Chaser version as of November 19, 2021 is being considered by Sierra Space to be specialized for national security missions, though without any comment on what would be its difference when compared with other versions. The Shooting Star is a 15-foot-long, 4.6-meter expendable cargo module that would be part of the Dream Chaser cargo system for CRS-2 flights. The module is attachment to Dream Chaser, and that allows the spacecraft to carry an additional 10,000 pounds, 4,500 kilograms of pressurized and unpressurized cargo to ISS. Upon re-entry of the spacecraft, the expendable module supports disposal of unwanted cargo by burning up. The Shooting Star module has solar panels that supply up to 6 kilowatts of electrical power. It also provides active and passive thermal management that provides Dream Chaser translation and rotation capability through 6 mounted thrusters. Furthermore, it supports berthing or docking in different configurations to the ISS. To access Dream Chaser from ISS, there will be a crew passing through Shooting Star and through a hatch that connects Shooting Star and Dream Chaser. Sierra Nevada says that they've developed a free-flying variant of the Shooting Star with additional capabilities. The module is capable of additional types of missions in LEO or to cislunar destinations. Did you know that the name Dream Chaser had already been used? Stay tuned to our channel by clicking the like button and also subscribing as we go in details. Before the present vehicle known as Dream Chaser came into existence, the name Dream Chaser had been previously used for two separate space vehicle concepts. The first Dream Chaser, according to the plan, was to be an orbital vehicle based on the HL-20, while the second was proposed by the Benson Space Company to be a suborbital vehicle for the purposes of space tourism. SpaceDev, in partnership with the United Launch Alliance, had pursued the possibility of using the Atlas V booster rocket as the Dream Chaser's launch vehicle in April 2007, after which it signed a Space Act agreement with NASA. On the 21st of October 2008, the Sierra Nevada Corporation acquired SpaceDev with Dream Chaser for $38 million. After Sierra Nevada Corporation acquired the vehicle, on the 1st of February 2010, it was awarded $20 million under NASA's Commercial Crew Development (CCDEV) Phase 1 program for the commercial's development. SNC completed the 4 planned milestones on time, including hybrid rocket test fires and the preliminary structure design. On the 18th April 2011, NASA awarded $80 million out of the estimated cost of about $1 billion to Sierra Nevada Corporation for Dream Chaser. Further milestones have been completed under that Space Act agreement, which included testing of an improved airfoil fin shape, integrated flight software and hardware, landing gear, a full-scale captive carry flight test, and a Systems Requirement Review (SRR). By February 2012, Sierra Nevada Corporation stated that it was on time and on budget after it had completed the assembly and delivery of the primary structure of all 11 of its CCDEV milestones of the first Dream Chaser flight test vehicle that were scheduled up to that point. The NASA SNC team worked on aerodynamic and aerothermal analysis of Dream Chaser, and also on guidance, navigation, and control systems. The NASA SNC team with ULA performed buffet tests on the Dream Chaser and Atlas V stack. The nose landing gear test of the Dream Chaser was also successfully carried out by the SNC, which was the last milestone to be completed before the free flight approach and landing test scheduled for later in 2022. In August 2012, SNC completed the Program Implementation Plan Review, which demonstrated the maturity of the Dream Chaser space system with the integration and support of the Atlas V launch vehicle, mission systems, and ground systems. More funding for the development of the Dream Chaser was received as NASA announced the award of $212.5 million to Sierra Nevada Corporation on the 3rd of August 2012 under the Commercial Crew Integrated Capability (CCI CAP) program. As funding added, partnership also added as SNC announced a new partnership with Lockheed Martin and will pay them the sum of $10 million to build the second airframe at its Michoud facility in New Orleans, Louisiana. This second airframe is to be the first orbital test vehicle. Operation of Dream Chaser has been of very importance to both SNC and NASA. On 13 March 2013, NASA announced that former Space Shuttle Commander Liam Archenbach, who was a former combat pilot and 15-year NASA veteran who flew on Atlantis and Discovery, was going to join SNC in order to work on the Dream Chaser program as a systems engineer and test pilot. The first free flight of the Dream Chaser occurred on October 26, 2013, which was successful if not for its crash landing. After the test vehicle was released from the helicopter, it flew the correct flight path to touchdown less than a minute later. Just before landing, one of the main landing gear failed to deploy, and that resulted in a crash landing. It skidded off the runway in a dusty cloud, but there was no damage within the vehicle as it was found upright with the crew compartment intact. In 2014, NASA denied Sierra Nevada's CCT CAP proposal and instead awarded Boeing $4.2 billion and SpaceX $2.6 billion to develop their vehicles. Despite the fact that the Dream Chaser was not selected to continue forward under NASA's Commercial Crew Transportation Capability (CCT CAP) phase of the effort to send crews to orbit through private companies due to lack of maturity, SNC completed the milestones assigned under earlier phases of the CCP. SNC introduced the Dream Chaser Global Project, which would provide customized access to low Earth orbit to global customers. Ralph White, the GAO's managing associate counsel, announced instead that NASA recognized Boeing's higher price after it considered Boeing's proposal to be the strongest of all three proposals when it comes to technical approach, management approach, and past performance, and to offer the crewed transportation system with most utility and highest value to the government. Although the agency found several favorable features in SNC's proposal, SpaceX's lower price made it a better value. After this event, Sierra Nevada proposed Dream Chaser for CRS-2 consideration and was awarded one of the CRS-2 contracts and committed to purchasing a minimum of 6 resupply missions to the ISS. The following year after this award, the Dream Chaser ETA successfully landed at Edwards Air Force Base after it was released from an altitude of 3,700 meters. For crewed Dream Chaser named DC-4EU, Dream Chaser for European utilization, the European Space Agency, ESA, agreed to be a partner on the DC-4EU project after investigating ways in which Europe might take advantage of the Dream Chaser crewed spaceplane technology. It'll be used for sending crews and cargo to the ISS, and also on missions not involving the ISS, particularly in orbits of substantially greater altitude than the ISS can reach. The ESA will also investigate whether the Dream Chaser can use ESA avionics and docking mechanisms. They'll also study launching options for the Europeanized Dream Chaser to find out whether it can be launched from the Guyana Space Center within the Ariane 5's large aerodynamic cargo fairing, or like the Atlas V without it. This new mission led to the cancellation of an ESA crewed vehicle, which was proposed in the 1980s and 1990s. Germany went in for more studies on the Dream Chaser for European utilization, DC-4EU, and found the Dream Chaser can be used for a broad range of space applications and could be used to advance European interest in space. For this, cooperation was renewed for an additional 2 years. The first ISS flight of the Dream Chaser, known as SNC Demo 1, was planned for 2021, but was delayed until early 2022, which was further scheduled for February 2023 and is now delayed to April 2024, and the mission is expected to carry up to 35 payloads, with set for 2024. Hope you found this educational. Subscribe to our YouTube channels, as a lot more is brought to you on this vehicle and many other space planes.